In the heart of the digital financial revolution, where billions move through invisible wires every second, there existed an empire, vast, untouchable, and admired by millions. It wasn't a company, nor a single person, but a collective, a sprawling crypto network that had risen faster than anyone thought possible. They called themselves the Balance Group, and within just a few short years, they built a digital empire worth nearly $10 billion. But in one terrifying night, that entire fortune, thousands of wallets, endless transactions, countless dreams, vanished into nothing. No hack was detected, no ransom demand appeared, no trace led to any culprit. One moment, the empire stood tall. The next, it was gone. Zero balance. Every account, every token, every trace of wealth reduced to nothing more than dust on the blockchain. The collapse sent shockwaves through the crypto world, not just because of the money, but because no one could explain how. 1. The rise of the Balance Empire. The Balance Group began humbly, a few developers, traders, and blockchain architects with a dream. In 2018, they launched a decentralized investment protocol that promised stability in an unstable market. Unlike volatile meme coins or speculative tokens, their system offered automated profit distribution and smart portfolio balancing. Investors loved it. Within months, billions of dollars flowed into their ecosystem. What set them apart was trust. Their code was open source, their founders were public, and their returns were transparent. They were hailed as the future of decentralized wealth management, the proof that crypto could be both innovative and safe. As their tokens soared, so did their reputation. Major influencers endorsed them, hedge funds partnered with them, and even traditional banks began exploring collaborations. The Balance Empire became the symbol of what blockchain could achieve, a self-sustaining economy powered entirely by smart contracts. But like all empires built too fast, cracks were already forming beneath the surface. 2. The warning signs nobody saw. It started with small discrepancies. Missing tokens, delayed payouts, and strange fluctuations in wallet data. Developers brushed them off as synchronization bugs. After all, blockchain networks sometimes lagged, nothing unusual. But beneath that calm exterior, something sinister was spreading. Auditors later discovered that several key smart contracts had overlapping dependencies, circular links that, under specific conditions, could recursively erase balances during a synchronization loop. In simpler terms, the empire's foundation was built on code that could destroy itself. But in the months leading up to the collapse, no one paid attention. The empire was growing too fast, and profits were flowing too smoothly. When a few analysts raised concerns on Twitter and Discord, they were mocked or silenced. After all, how could something so successful ever fall? 3. The night it happened. On an ordinary Tuesday, at exactly 2:17 a.m. UTC, the Balance Empire ceased to exist. It began with a single transaction, one that appeared completely normal. The routine payout executed automatically, just like thousands before it. But this time, something broke. Within seconds, the network entered a recursive feedback loop. The system began resetting wallet balances to zero, one after another. Every attempt to halt the process triggered more automated executions. By 2:23 a.m., the main liquidity pool was empty. By 2:29 a.m., every connected wallet had been drained. Users across the world woke up to nothing. Multi-millionaires became penniless overnight. Exchange listings plummeted to zero, and blockchain explorers flooded with error messages. The Balance Empire had evaporated in just 12 minutes, with no sign of theft, no transfer history, and no surviving record of where the wealth had gone. 4. The hunt for the missing billions. In the aftermath, investigators from every corner of the crypto world dove into the blockchain's data. They traced every transaction, every node, every potential exploit. But what they found was terrifying. There was no destination. The funds didn't move to another wallet. They simply ceased to exist. It was as though the blockchain itself had rewritten history. Some theorized that the empire's contracts had accidentally triggered a function that burned tokens into oblivion. Others believed it was a deliberate act, a hidden kill switch buried deep in the code, designed to wipe everything clean. But if it was intentional, who activated it? No administrator claimed responsibility. The team's internal communication channels were silent. It was as if the founders themselves had vanished with the money, except there was no evidence they'd taken a single coin. 5. The developers' disappearance. When journalists reached out to the Balance Group's founding team, they found only silence. Social accounts were deleted, websites went offline, and offices were abandoned. Within days, every trace of the company's existence outside the blockchain had disappeared. Rumors exploded. Some said the founders had faked the collapse and fled to private islands. Others claimed they had been threatened into vanishing. But blockchain forensics revealed something chilling. Many of the founders' own wallets were also wiped clean in the event. If this was a scam, it was a self-destructive one. If it was an accident, it was the most catastrophic coding failure in crypto history. Either way, the empire's creators were gone, leaving behind nothing but digital ashes. 6. Theories that shook the blockchain. As experts tried to piece together the mystery, multiple theories emerged. Some argued that a newly integrated oracle, the system responsible for pulling real-world data into the blockchain, had malfunctioned, feeding false values into the smart contracts. This could have triggered the mass liquidation event that reset all balances. Others blamed malicious actors. Perhaps an insider discovered a vulnerability and used it not to steal, but to annihilate. But why destroy billions instead of taking them? Maybe it was revenge. Maybe it was ideology, a statement against greed in crypto. 7. The ripple effect. The collapse of the Balance Empire didn't just wipe out investors, it shattered faith in the entire DeFi ecosystem. Dozens of projects connected to its smart contracts fell like dominoes. Exchanges suspended trading, crypto influencers deleted endorsements, governments launched investigations into digital asset safety. For months, the words zero balance became synonymous with disaster. Regulators began demanding new rules for auditing smart contracts. Developers introduced real-time kill switches, hoping to prevent similar implosions. But no matter what changes followed, nothing could erase the haunting truth. Billions in digital wealth had evaporated into mathematical nothingness. 8. The hidden message in the code. Months after the collapse, a cybersecurity researcher made a startling discovery. Buried deep within the Balance Empire's smart contract code was a message, a single line of text written in hexadecimal. When translated, it read, "This was never meant to last." The discovery reignited speculation. Was it a confession from the developers, a philosophical warning, or a clue left by the unknown architect of the system's destruction? The line suggested intention, that someone somewhere knew the Empire's fate long before it happened. 9. The philosophical aftermath. The Balance Empire's fall forced the crypto world to confront its deepest fears. For years, people had believed that code was law, that once written, it could not be undone. But this event proved otherwise. Code is created by humans, and humans are flawed. Debates erupted across forums and think tanks. Was true decentralization even possible? Could digital wealth ever be safe if one line of code could erase it all? Philosophers compared the empire's fall to ancient myths, the Tower of Babel rewritten in code, collapsing under its own perfection. 10. The legacy of zero balance. Years have passed since the night the Balance Empire vanished, but its echo still lingers. Developers reference it in lectures. Investors whisper about it in cautionary tales. Every major audit now includes protocols inspired by that disaster. And yet, the mystery remains unsolved. No one knows who caused it. No one knows where the wealth went. The blockchain records every transaction, except this one. Some say the empire's remains are scattered across lost blocks, fragmented like digital fossils. Others believe it was divine irony, that in chasing perfect balance, the system found it by returning to zero. The story of zero balance isn't just about crypto, it's about power, pride, and the illusion of control. In the end, the blockchain didn't fail. It obeyed its code perfectly. Humanity failed to understand it. Every empire, whether made of gold, stone, or code, carries within it the seed of its own destruction. The Balance Empire was no different. One night, perfection became oblivion, and billions turned to nothing. If this story sent chills down your spine, remember, In the crypto world, nothing is permanent, not even wealth. So before you log off, hit the like button, subscribe for more stories like this, and turn on notifications. Because in the world of digital empires, tomorrow's fortune could be tonight's zero balance.